Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a favorites video for the month of September. Oh, you can see Willow's walking around. She's my #1 favorite. So glad to get her back. She flew out. Here, Bella, come here. Yes, hi, say hi. Say hi. Ooh. She flew all the way from Vancouver Island to Halifax, Nova Scotia. It was a long day for her. I felt so bad, like as her parent, her mom. I was like, oh, I was so stressed the whole time. I barely slept that night, and yeah, long story short, she was totally fine. You know, obviously a little sketched out because she's never been in a carrier for 14 hours or on a flight ever. So she had a decent sized carrier so she could walk around, stretch around, move around a little bit, but it's not the same as we know. Anyway, so she'd be like my #1 favorite. I'm not going to label these as #1 or 2, but she is my favorite. So I don't have too many things to talk about today. September was like our first month of actually our stuff was here, unloaded things, and you know, just finally be able to get through to some of the things that I never had favorites for August because I was away for pretty much all of August. We were living out of hotels from August, technically July 30th until August 22nd was when we had our unload day. So, you know, it was a lot of that. So before I get any further, I'm just going to tell you I'm wearing the Natasha Denona mini gold palette on my eyes. I have used every single one of these shadows on my eyes today. Nothing extra was brought in at all, and it's quite nice. I'm going to try, I put it with a primer, and I set the primer with, sorry, I lied. I set the primer with Brulee, which from Wet n Wild. That's all I did, just sort of set it, but I think I'm gonna try it without next time as well, see how it does without it. But I do really enjoy her formula. So, and on my lips, I have lined and filled my lips with MAC's Lip Pencil in Soar. And then we've got the Charlotte Tilbury Very Victoria. I had to because I'm like, I have to. This is just too beautiful not to use, right? And then of course the lip gloss on top, which is Buxom's Dolly, which is between this one, well, this one's still my favorite, right? White Russian would be another favorite of mine. Like probably about half dozen of them I could repurchase. And my Sephora here in Halifax carries Buxom. The one on Vancouver Island that I went to, they didn't, I guess it kind of depends on what sells, and they just stopped selling it. So anyway, let's see if this is settled enough. Not quite yet. Hopefully we're done. Okay, let's go on to some soap. I'm still working on this, but it was very quickly my favorite in the month of September, and it smells so good. It was one of those soaps where I was like, you know, it's kind of borderline summer/fall, but they truly hit the nail on the head because it's like a very mildly spicy peach, but it is pink peach blossoms from Bath & Body Works. The foaming hand soap is what I prefer, and it's peach nectar, magnolia petals, and mandarin. Well, it just is so good. It's so like, it's got that tang, that tart tang that I love, and juicy smelling. It's like the most ripe like peach ever. This is so good. I'm obviously washing my hands, but I'm gonna savor this, and instead of using 3 pumps to wash my hands, maybe I'll use 2. Or I'll just get more next time I go to the mall. So that could also happen. My favorite candle that I'm still working on, I'm not burning nearly as many candles as you guys probably are aware. And I'm not purchasing nearly as many because of that as well. But my favorite and staple fall fragrance for me from Bath & Body Works has always been Autumn. And this is an old packaging. It was starting to turn a little puny wick on me the last time I burnt this, and we are just below the 50% mark, which is the threshold, it seems, for goodness. But I'm gonna continue on. It's not giving me any stinky kerosene smell or anything like that. So I'm gonna carry on with this. This is my favorite. As I said in the past, many people either are traditionally one or the other, like for a favorite. One's Autumn for some people, and some people's favorite is Leaves, and this one is my favorite, Autumn. So, and it reminds me of home because it's got a lot more of that apple in it. All right, I'm almost done this. I love it. I love the Wax Melts as well, but this is from the Bathing Garden. This is Jack's Apple Frost. This is the Aloe Butter Sugar Scrub, and I'm truly almost done. And I use this to scrub my feet, the bottom of my feet in the shower. And I just love this. It's, again, September, apples, like just like yum. And I know she has this on her website. Jack Apples Frost, I believe, actually is in her winter collection. So again, that's the Bathing Garden. They sell wax melts, but they also do a lot of body care, which they do very well. So highly recommend that. I really enjoyed it, especially if you like apples, and there's a little bit of mint in there too. Surprisingly, I've had these for so long. I finally went into my SAS purchase probably from a year ago, probably a year and a half ago come winter, the winter SAS. This is the Bath & Body Works apricot. It's the signature vanilla, so it's like vanilla apricot or apricot. And I'm only down about here in the lotion, and I use it consecutive, like I use it at the same time, like, you know, I get out of the shower from having this, and then I put my I put this on my body after I have a shower and I use this, but like even this is bigger and I'm down to it here. But I did notice that I cannot flip this. I'm at that point where I'd like to flip it upside down, and so that it makes it very easy and very handy for me to squeeze it out onto my loofah. But it leaks, so I have to be very careful. I found that out. But I love this fragrance. You guys know I've talked about fragrances in general, and I love apricot and vanilla. I love coconut vanilla, things like that. And I'm so glad I had picked this up, and I'm glad I'll be probably putting another shower gel in my shower, and we're still working on this because I tend to go through more shower gel than I do on lotion. So that is just me. Okay, I didn't drop it. Well, I kind of made it roll around. So anyway, okay. The weather here today in Halifax, October 2nd that I'm filming this, is just started to get rainy, windy, very fall-like. In fact, Nelson and I are going to go to Cape Breton next week. And after Ramona comes out here for a quick visit, we're going to head out to Cape Breton just for overnight stay. But it's traditionally the best time to go there because the leaves, I hope to get as much as I can on film, whether it's Instagram that I post it or here on YouTube, but the leaves are supposed to be just stunning, like an array. We're just above Maine, so if anyone knows how Maine's leaves change, it's probably very similar to that. But anyway, but before the weather got gross like this, it was so nice. It was actually nicer here on the East Coast than it was back home on the West Coast, with all my family and friends have snow on the mountainside. It's cold, it's been raining, and up until just this last few days, it has been gorgeous and like tank top, sleeveless shirt type weather. And I love this, and it is an older packaging, and I'll explain. This is from Sol de Janeiro. This is Ipanema Sunset Glow. That's the name of the color, the Ipanema. Now, this is the older packaging because the newer packaging has a pump, which is nice because I have to make sure that I am ready to wash my hands as soon as this is done. It smells amazing, and I put this on my arms and my chest, and it just gives us a really nice glow in such good weather. Oh yeah, it smells so good. But yeah, you gotta be careful. You're ready to wash your hands. Put the lid on like almost immediately. But I'm down to about here now, so that's pretty good actually, because I think before when I was back on the West Coast, it was probably up to here. So I have used it quite a bit and really enjoyed it. I haven't put it on my legs, but I tend to put it just on my décolleté and my arms, things like that. All right, love, 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 love this. Just wish they made it in a bigger amount. I have tried the cucumber version of this, which I'm working on right now, and I think it stinks. And this is coming from someone who loves cucumber. But this cucumber version, ugh. But the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Coconut 3-in-1 Primer Water, Prep, Set, and Refresh. There's a crack because it traveled with me all the way out here. So this was fantastic. I love the smell of coconut. Like I said, I've got the cucumber one right now. That was nasty cucumber. It's like the off cucumber, like you don't want to touch that, that's gross. But anyway, the coconut one, fabulous. I would highly recommend this. A couple bucks at the drugstore, or for me it will be Walmart, so always a good place to get it. Now I know this particular scent flavor is only from Christmas of last year, but I know it's coming back this year, and I've already promised myself I'm not going to get another sugar lip scrub from Lush until I finish this, because I really want the cookie dough one. There's the pumpkin spice latte or something like that I wanted to try too, but this is the Sugar Plum Fairy. And this is my last lip scrub. So it's kind of changed color. It's supposed to kind of be purple, but it just changed its color. It's not a big deal. Still good until, what is it? December 29th, it says. Love this. I just keep it in the shower, pull it out, like as I'm doing everything else too. I grab a little bit of this, rub it along my lips, and then let the water sort of rinse it off, and you can lick it off. You can eat it. It's all good. I love this stuff, and it's just really good, especially with winter coming. I'm gonna get a lot of cracked lips, really dry, especially if our temperatures here get colder than the West Coast where I was from, which is very likely. Okay, this I have to buy in a large. This is just like, I bought a set of Briogeo products for the Don't Despair Repair hair mask, and it came with the full-size hair mask and a bunch of other sample things. This is the thing that out of that sampler that I was like, oh, I'm repurchasing outside of the hair mask. This is the Briogeo Rosarco Blow Dry Perfection and Heat Protectant Cream. I've mentioned this before as a favorite. This is so great to put in my hair before I blow dry it, before I like diffuse the blow dry or anything like that. I just put a little bit, like I have a long hair, but it's very fine. I put between a nickel, probably a nickel size, and rub it in my hands and really get it through my hair, just from like here down. And it is fantastic, and just it doesn't weigh my thin, fine hair down, and it doesn't make it, like, the whole idea of this for me is that I don't want to have frizzy hair, which I'm used to when I do all those things. So she's sleeping now. And last but not least, I have like so much of my backup, so I'm trying to go by like when they're expiring, how I'm using them. I have a Snow Fairy one right now. What I noticed when I'm about to show you is Lush is not carrying this particular scent for the winter holiday lineup this year, which is interesting, because I have said like over and over again, this would be more of something I can see in the summertime based, because it is peppermint. I talked about this before as well. This is the Chris Tingle body conditioner. Again, they don't have it for Christmas 2019 this year. And it's just interesting. I'll be interested to see if they bring this out maybe in the summertime, because it is pepperminty, and that's why I use this. I use all their body conditioners as shave lotions, because I just can't stand. I have to stand away from the water, put this on, wait a minute, then go in underneath the water again, then rinse off. I can't be bothered with that. But what I do use is for all of their body conditioners, including the Snow Fairy one, as I mentioned, that's in the shower right now. I use to shave my legs, and it's just great. Yeah, it's wonderful. I've already cleaned it out. It's ready to go to Lush, bring back 5 pots cleaned, and they will give you a free face mask. That's how I get my masks, pretty much. So you guys, I know that's not like a huge array of newness, I guess, to share with you, but again, this was the month kind of sort of getting our feet in home, in the home, and sort of, yeah, we still have a few things to do. Some things were damaged. My deep freeze was damaged, and you know, some things have to get replaced with the move. I mean, it was over 6,000 kilometers that the movers had to move our stuff. So anyway, you guys, as always, be safe, take care, and have fun. Bye, guys.